we're gonna attempt to fix this. Is it gonna be right? Probably not. Is it gonna work? Hopefully. So, we're gonna cut this crack out. I found some rebar. It probably ain't gonna be the strongest thing, but it's a lot stronger than it being broke. So hopefully it'll be at least enough to pick up the motor. We're definitely gonna take a chance and find out. Alright, here we are cutting away all that ripped section from where it broke. It's not exactly the cleanest way to do it. I do not advise doing it this way at home. Wear your safety glasses. Wear your protective equipment. Do not try that at home like I did. This is really a tedious back and forth. Trying to get it to move, trying to get it to straighten out, and going just back and forth. It's a lot easier to take away material a little bit by a little bit than it is taking entirely too much out of it at one time. It's going to be a lot of back and forth for test fitting, because it's easier to take it apart and cut it slowly than it is to try to have to weld giant gaps. Welding giant gaps can be done, but it's not exactly going to be pretty to weld giant gaps. So I'd rather make it easy to weld and test fit it multiple times than not. The rebar I'm currently using as a straight edge. So if the rebar will lay flat, then it should ideally lay flat, because the rebar sits flat on the ground. So we'll just keep taking it back and forth. Take some out of the sides, take some out of the bottom of it to finally get it to lay completely flat. I do have to reiterate, do not do as I do. Wear your safety equipment. Wear your personal protective equipment. Alright, it don't look it because it sprung back, but it's now within capability of going back together. So, time to take some of this paint off. Now that I got it flat enough to lay flat and weld, we'll just get rid of all the paint so that way we can get it all prepped. It had already been long in the day, and for some unknown reason I completely spaced on the rebar goes on top, not on the bottom. So I stripped entirely more paint off the bottom than I needed to. But it happens. It's just paint. Paint's easy to fix. Alright, so this is the bushing, because you can't just have a giant hole for your bolt to go through. You gotta have something to act as your reinforcement. Obviously this broke to the point that this just fell out. Now I get to figure out putting it back in. Probably weld this up and then drill a bigger hole. Like I said, end goal, functional, not perfect. We're gonna go with it. Alright, got the welder set up. We're gonna work on getting this thing tacked into place.
right after we make it where we can ground it. That ought to work. Easier said than done. That's better. Nobody said we were professionals. Alright, now that it's tacked in place, we're going to at least try to bevel the edges to make it not so crappy. But we're at a grinded disc and I don't feel like changing it. So, round it. straight and put it back together. Next I'll work on reinforcement, but so I'll bring back it up. Alright, I've got it cleaned up and welded. I ain't by no means a welder, but I used to do auto body, so at least I can manage my weld. We're gonna get this cleaned up and start putting rebar on it. Alright, I went ahead, after lunch, I went ahead and just welded this thing up. So, we got the insert in there. I drilled with a big tapper bit on my drill to get it cleaned up enough to put it in. Welded that up and then put my rebar. 2 pieces ought to be way more than enough. It probably was fine before, but better safe than sorry. So I'm gonna shoot a coat of paint on this. It'll be off camera. It's just paint. Y'all know how to paint. Shoot a coat of paint on it, let it dry, and I'm gonna tackle fixing the small issue of there's no rubber plug in that. So I ordered some off of Amazon. I'll put that in it, and then I'll degrease that with some oxy stuff, clean that up a little bit, hose it off, and should be fine. So y'all enjoy the video. Like, subscribe for more. Once this is done, I can be able to finally take the motor, pick it up off the pallet, and get it on the engine stand. Appreciate it, guys. Alright, I've got it put back together. The problem, because I can never fix one thing without finding something else. Put back together, painted, it does work. Notice it's on boards, because the bearings are shot. So we're going to have to Amazon a new set of wheels so we can have it actually rolling around. But fix the little problem there with the fill cap. I just got to fill it with some more oil, and I'm going to get a wire wheel and brush off a little bit of the rust that's on the bottom side. You can kind of see it more in the back. But that's been the project for the day. So I'll order wheels and put it on and get it put back together, and next video you'll see me pick it up the motor and moving it.